Howdy ho neighbors, I'm Ryan and you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the Binford 6100. You can tell just by looking at it that it's themed after the fictional tool brand from the television show Home Improvement. But what does it do? What sounds does this pedal make? What kind of effect is it? Is it a fuzz? Is it a reverb or a delay? Or is it like a vibey, harmonic, tremolo-y, like phaser sort of thing? Or maybe it's a ring modulator. It's all of those things. This is a wild and crazy multi-effects concept from Pelican Noiseworks that blends various effects together in ways that you might not ever think to do. It's pretty experimental, but it also gives you a range of very classic usable sounds as well. So let's dive into it. I'm gonna show you, before we get started, I'm gonna show you kind of the basic functions of it. You have three different settings here. You've got Brad, Randy, you've got Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Those are your different like patch bass, I guess, where different effects are combined in different scenarios. Then you've got the flannel and beard switch here. On the left, flannel gives you a dry wet mix across the mix knob. On the beard setting, it takes the dry mix all the way out and it's just a volume control. This thing is capable of some very wild, wacky tones. You might want to have them on a momentary bypass switch. The way to do that is to hold down the foot switch for 3 seconds. When you let go, the light's gonna flash, and now you are in momentary mode. It's great to notice there, especially if you're making those really crazy sounds. Click it 3 times to get back to normal bypass. There we go, normal bypass mode. All right, let's get started on the Brad setting. We're gonna have it in the flannel mode. This is, at its core, a digital delay. Here's what it sounds like. Turn that on. This acts as the time control. It sounds like it hits about a full second, maybe a little less, like 750 milliseconds or something like that. And it gets blisteringly fast. For your metal clanking sounds, the more knob is your repeats. It can go to infinite if you want. You know, I like that. All right, now let's get into the weirdness of the Brad setting. The power knob controls a pitch shifting function on the wet signal. Turned all the way up is a full octave. Let's turn that up so we can really hear it work. It jumps an octave until it completely fuzzes out into digital noise. Yeah. If you want to get really weird, the in-between settings on the power control are just wherever you land. There's no way to measure like which pitch it's hitting. It's not going to make any sense. Don't even try. It's just going to get weird. Of course, you can dial it back to just be a more subtle, kind of like modulated delay sort of sound. And you can get really stupid and weird with it if you want. Of course, those are the sounds you're going to use all the time. That's your always on sound, right? All right, let's get into the Randy setting now. The manual says to let it sit for a couple seconds when you change modes because the little computer inside is... Randy has engaged. We're going to turn everything down and we're going to switch it to the beard mode so it's dry signal only. Not much going on there. You turn up the more knob and there's this kind of phasey, kind of harmonic tremolo sort of thing going on. If you switch it back to the flannel mode for a mix, you get more of a phaser sound from it. Fun trick there, but we're gonna go back to beard. Classy sound there. You start to turn it up more. You're in ring mod territory now. Or if you ever wanted to simulate like making a phone call in the 90s. So we'll turn that back down. The power control is this cocked wah sort of set filter sort of sound across this range. And the grunt knob, this is where stuff gets crazy, is a digital fuzz that leans hard into the digital side of things. It's a lot. That is a lot of crazy digital fuzz on there. So now that we know what all three knobs do, they're three different effects, let's start mixing them together. That sound reminds me so much of like the emergency broadcast system, like interruption that would happen in the middle of like your Saturday morning cartoons when you were a kid. This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency broadcast system. Someone out there right now is hearing that sound and is like, yes, that's what I need for my band. That's the sound I've been chasing. All right, on to the Mark setting. Oh, hi, Mark. What does Mark do? Let's find out what Mark does together. Mark is a fuzz reverb. We'll set it back to the flannel setting. You have your reverb length here on the grunt knob. power knob is a low pass filter. Lets you really warm up that reverb. And then the power knob is, of course, that digital fuzz again. Gives you this spooky, like gritty ambient thing going on. At times, in certain settings, it almost feels like sitar-ish, like you're getting these harmonic things happening behind your playing as the fuzz is interacting with the reverb trail. It's a really unique setting, and I have a feeling this is one of those sounds that someone's going to find some real use for. It'll become like the core of their sound on a song in a creative way or something like that. But of course, you can bring that fuzz all the way down and just have a pretty standard hall reverb. So that's been it. That's the Binford 6100, a wild multi-effects pedal that just gets out there. Like, it just has some crazy settings. It lets you get kind of accidentally disruptive if you want to. It also gives you some very usable sounds. Like, I'm gonna keep this thing around just because I don't have any other ring mod pedals, and it's got a ring mod in there. I can throw this on my board. Most of the time it's a delay or a reverb or whatever I need it to be. And then in that weird instance, I'm just like, I need a ring mod right now. I know I've got it in here. I'm gonna dial it in. I can do it in a couple seconds and get some really wild and disruptive sounds. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. You know the whole drill. Support us on Patreon. Go check out the link to Pelican Noiseworks to learn more about the Binford 6100 and their other products. And stay tuned for this awful little noodling bit that I'm going to jam out here at the end. Bye, everybody.